You can sit with me as soon as I'm done eating, okay? As soon as I'm done eating. Fine.
And now over to Diego. What's the weather? Es mucho frío outside, señores and señoras. Es mucho frío. Oh, very good. Joe. Joe. This is the moment you've waited for.
Joe!
Happy birthday, no more, we'll start with the 4.
Joe!
In all his bones, there's an ache that he can't ignore. He can't catch a breath, he's in his mind. His younger years are left behind. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's longer than a moment, it's a whole new chapter. Your future dream, can't you see it's getting closer? Just give in because you feel the old is taking over. Retire, more freedom, keep your options open. Not a creature in the book club going through the motions. His birthday's gonna hit you like a huge brick wall, it's coming straight for you, Joe. We celebrate your big 5-0. We are here under fluorescent lights, and we're partying deep into the night. Some lyrics may not be true, that we'll be telling you. Oh, this is the greatest Joe. If the cops show up, we won't turn down. And the sun can't stop us now. Seeing this come true, we're celebrating you. Oh,
This is the greatest.
Joe. Colossal as thumbs, hard to answer phones when they ring. Have a seat, gather round, he's the Microsoft PowerPoint king. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. Your 40's gone in just a moment, guess what's coming after? It's blinding out, shining, and you already know. Just surrender cause you're gonna be the big 5-0. Senior discounts and running red lights. You can't drive, it's too close tonight. Old age is coming through, it's taking over you.
Oh, this is the greatest Joe.
Can't stand up once he sits down. Borrow grandma's walker now. Eating dinner at 2, buying some Velcro shoes. Oh,
This is the greatest Joe.
the coolest that you ever want. A source of wisdom when you need. And he's here right in front of you. The kind of guy you wanna be. He probably won't move to Vermont, cause Texas is his home indeed. And I'm telling you this is true. The coolest guy you'll ever see. Tucker. Okay. There you go. We are here under fluorescent lights, and we're partying deep into the night, eating some good food and celebrating you. Oh,
This is the greatest Joe.
so turn your ears up and let's get down. It is time to party now. Yes, this is very true. Tonight's all about you. Oh,
This is the greatest Joe.
oh,
This is the greatest Joe.
Hey, good work. Thanks to y'all who participated on that. Welcome you back to tuning in. Thank you for tuning in to 212.69 PUMA radio today. I'm the I'll be the guy walking you through the list of today's songs. Some radio stations like to do like an hour of listening with all music, no ads. We're different, however. We like to have ads and let you know what you're listening for. Due to the nature of today's events and who we're here to celebrate and remember, I only thought it'd be appropriate that we inform those of an elderly nature of some products out there that could benefit you throughout your life as you hit this upward side of 50. This first song comes at you courtesy of hearing aids. I start about 149. You can get them on hearingdirect.com. This is someone who else has them. All right, moving on. Second, no one new coming to the show. It's just me again. But going back through Joe's life, I thought Nolan was going to steal my thunder 30 seconds into this whole thing. There's a poem that I think Joe's the only person in the world that knows it. And I certainly don't know the meaning of it, but probably none of you do either. So if I get it wrong, I'm sorry. But the poem goes, Breeze There the Man. It's by Sir Walter Scott. For all intents and purposes of today, we're changing that to Breeze There the Puma. and it goes as such. Breathes there the puma, with eyes so dead, who every morning to himself hath said, this idea of mine own was not so grand, whose coffee deep within him burned, as home his Ford truck he hath turned, from hunting in foreign deer stand. Heavy he doth breathe, for he feels unwell, for early alarm clock raptures swelled. Few though his titles, Puma, his name, boundless the little deer for him to claim. Despite yon titles, Puma, no pelf. Big stretch, long drive home, all by oneself. Sleeping shall forfeit hunting renown, and with tears crying shall fall down to the queen bed from whence he sprung, unwept, unhonored, and unsung.
Selah. Just a suggestion.
Yes, I'm sorry, I can't.
Is it on? Go, man. Now, while he's fixing that up. This next person, before we bring the next person on, I'd like to send you one other ad. This one, courtesy of Iconic. I'd like to offer you the opportunity to purchase some bifocals, starting at a low, low price of $184. I didn't see any, so that's ballpark, but feel free to look at that as you need. But yeah, so we're going to have someone on. You may know somebody's performance today. You may not. You probably know all of them, so I don't think you have anyone to do. He's been a big performer in past shows. We're glad to welcome him back to the stage. Nickety Nolan has something prepared for us today. We're going to bring him on to the radio show at this time.
Hey.
Now the 6 panelists have been previously selected on paper sheet. And the contestants, will you come take your seats?
I before E, except after C.
Is this American Top Talent?
Ladies and gentlemen, Regine Rayburn! Yay! Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, stand by. Welcome to Match Game 2019. Who knows? Joe Dick again. We've got an illustrious panel of celebrities over here, ready to match wits with our 2 contestants. Let's meet them. No, this is not Mr. Clark's old jacket. Anyway, we've got on this side, it looks like Darcy. Darcy, where are you from?
I'm from Wichita Falls.
From Wichita Falls. How about it? And over here, some guy that, Stuart, who are you?
I'm Stuart Armstrong from Owensboro, Kentucky. Hi, guys.
Kentucky. How about it? All right, this is a very simple game. Our contestants will take turns answering a fill-in-the-blank question, trying to match wits with our celebrity panel. The contestant with the most correct answers after 3 rounds wins. We got that? All right. Everybody's got a board. You can erase after you're done. Need your right answers quickly. So, Stuart, I'm sure you're a gentleman, and you would let the lady go first, right?
Yes, sir.
Darcy, do you want question A or B?
I like B. I want B.
She wants B. We're going with B. All right. While on a ski trip in the Colorado mountains, Joe proposed to Lisa. On that same trip, even though he had never skied, he bravely latched on a pair of snow skis, was hauled up to the top of a double black diamond mountain. Joe made it to the bottom in record time, tackling one small boy and wiping out 3 rescue dogs as he started an avalanche on the way down. You know, Joe might still be tumbling down that mountain, but thankfully he was stopped by a, don't say it, just think of your answer. He might still be on his way down that mountain, but Joe was stopped by a blank. I need your answers, please. No cheating. I need those answers quickly. I'd like to thank my lovely assistant, Miss Linden, today. How about a round of applause? Thank you. Linden will also be keeping score for us. I don't have an answer? All right, here we go. Darcy, this guy, your dad, might still be going down that mountain, but thankfully he was stopped by a
Polar bear.
By a polar bear, she said. All right. Let's start on this end. Henry, do we have a match here? By a tree. That's close. Oh, another tree. Oh, forest, I think.
I seem to recall it was a pizza buffet.
Pizza buffet.
I like where you're going with that.
Now, he was getting engaged to Lisa, right?
Recent.
By a kiss. Oh, that would do it.
Gross.
And another tree. The fence. Darcy, I think we've got 0 matches there for round 1, but there's more rounds. Stuart, I believe you get question A then for round 1. Most folks know how much Joe loves to go deer hunting, and many a buck has fallen under his onslaught. However, we were all surprised one year when he and Tyler managed to kill approximately 57 blank in a deer stand near Windthorst. Panel, please work on your answers. Joe's killed lots of deer, we all know that. But we were surprised one year when he and Tyler, hunting together, managed to kill approximately 57 blank in a deer stand near Windthorst, Texas. I think we have folks in the crowd from Windthorst, do we? Wow, they're pretty excited to be here. We good over here?
We're good.
Yes, we are. Mr. Stewart, they killed approximately how many of what? 57?
57 tree limbs.
57 tree limbs. You think nobody erased their answer and you're going with 3 again?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Let's go back through. What do you got, Miss Emery? 57 calories, she said. Sweating one of those August hunting days, huh?
Windthorst.
What do you say?
We had doves.
Doves? Hey, could be.
No, it wasn't
Doesn't
cows.
match. They landed trees. What do you got?
Gene, I'm going with Dr. Pepper can.
Okay.
Eggs.
57 pigs. That would be something. Okay. Go cows. That's why they don't hunt at Windthorst anymore. Mosquitoes. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. Again, I'm seeing no matches. What does the judging panel say?
It's a close match.
I guess while we're here, we could say, Joe, is there an accurate answer, number 1, coming down the mountain? What stopped you?
What do you say, Gene?
I say, the lodge at the bottom of the mountain. Okay. How about you and Tyler killing a bunch of what in that stand?
Well, if I remember correctly, I know there was a bunch of wasps that Tyler and
I think what? Someone in the audience had it. That would have been a great answer. All right, round 2. Moving on. Everybody clean? Here we go. Darcy, willing to let him go first this time? No? Stuart, A or B?
I will go B this time.
He wants B. Well, round 2. Another of Joe's favorite pastimes is playing golf. You should get this. Together, we've shot many high scores. The strength of Joe's game is definitely not his driver. One time, on the old Hawk Ridge course, while playing with his son, myself, and a nephew, we were all amazed when Joe teed off and actually hit something. He hit a blank. Hold your answer. We need the panel to fill in. Playing golf at the old Hawk Ridge course. This really happened. Or teeing off with the driver. Not his best club. Joe actually hit something that day. Waiting on 1 or 2 responses. Stu, how are you feeling about this
I
one?
actually do feel pretty confident about this.
He feels pretty good here. Maybe some points on the board would be nice.
Would be nice.
All right. We're round 2. We're coming down, starting down here. Miss Catherine, what have you got? He hit a dog. Oh, I'm sorry. What do you think?
Don't make it easy.
Go with dog.
I have squirrel.
Squirrel?
Oh, you mean he's gonna go with
I
dog?
can't give you that.
You could have got at least one.
I already got the points.
I tried, buddy.
Yes.
What do you think over here?
He actually hit the ball.
Okay.
He hit a golfer.
He hit a golfer. We may, let's hold on to that one. Let's see.
For
A
skunk.
Wow. Judges are going to be thinking about one of these answers and
He hit a car.
hit a car. I've seen somebody do that. An old man. Joe can verify. Do we have any scores here, Joe?
Well, no, because he said a squirrel.
Yes.
He said a squirrel. Nobody matched. Sorry. What was the answer here?
Well, there were a couple of close. One, generically, it was an old lady.
She was a golfer on a different hole.
She's not now.
Sorry, Stu. I thought we had something there. All right. Round 2, question A for Darcy. Joe has a heart of gold. Everybody knows this. He enjoys serving other people. Years ago, our local preacher, Glenn Seaton, wanted to spend a week fishing in our cabin on Possum Kingdom. So Joe and Gilbert and I were appointed by Dad to go along and host Glenn Seaton so he could catch lots of fish. We did everything we could to make Glenn comfortable, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
I mean, in the first morning, Bubba Gilbert busts up and scrambles some tuna and scrambled eggs in the skillet. Glenn wouldn't touch them. We chowed down. But we made sure to keep the boat running, take Glenn fishing all he wanted. We even took him out bass fishing one night. Imagine, 4 of us tiny little guys in a boat, all casting lures in the moonlight. Boy, were we amazed when a blank ended up in the boat with us. So you'd be writing your answers. Darcy, you'd be thinking of yours. Well, this guy's an avid bass fisherman. We're hosting him at Possum Kingdom. Take him out at night. 4 guys casting lures out of a tiny little 14-foot boat. We're amazed when a blank ended up in the boat with us. Catherine, are we good? Gilbert, do you have the spelling?
Got it, Gene.
Got it. Darcy, what do you think?
A stranded pedestrian.
A stranded pedestrian. Let's see how many answers we're getting in. Did y'all see the prizes you don't want to win? A snake. That's another story, but I like that one. Oh, a whale. What do you think?
Really?
A tree? Whoa, what?
Gotta go tree, Gene.
We got 2 trees. Judges, do you sense something happening here?
I'll go for the snake.
Oh, 2 snakes and...
A bass?
That's hilarious. I'm seeing 2 correct answers. An old dead tree was pulled over into the boat with us in the dark, in the moonlight.
And could that tree walk or was it stranded?
That was definitely stranded. Definitely stranded.
You got a good point there. All right, update us on our points, please.
Nine to 0.
Wait, somebody just scored.
Oh.
Oh.
A stranded tree.
Oh, the tree was correct, but it was kind of stranded. What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think, judges?
No.
We're going to give Darcy those 2 points. After review,
2 to 0.
Darcy's ahead 2 to 0. All right, Darcy, you're ahead. So last round, you've got choice. You want to go first or Stuart first?
I would like to go first, please.
You go first. A or B?
Oh, I would like B.
B this time. Well, Darcy, what's more synonymous with Joe than superphone? You know, his old flip phone that he cherished for years. He even claimed to control the world with its mythical powers. But alas, Joe shocked everyone converting to a smartphone. You think that was a miracle? Joe claims his next technological advance will be to buy a blank. Think about it. He bought a smartphone. He says, that's nothing. I'm about to buy a blank. In the world of technology, I think we stumped the audience on this one too. See a couple of answers. I want to thank you guys for actually getting something correct. I was hoping y'all would go back to the first round. Everybody wrote tree.
Tree.
Man, it didn't happen. Good?
I think so.
Good. Okay. Okay. 1 second. 1 more second. Darcy, you cannot have points taken away. So you got a big lead already. I mean, you're looking good.
I'm about to get more.
In the world of Joe, we're ready. He's about to buy a what?
A self-propelled deer stand.
Oh. What do you think? Let's come back down here. What do you got?
Apple TV.
An Apple TV? Is that close?
Or the silver up there.
Maybe not. Or
Your smartwatch.
a smart watch. I don't see it, but
I got it, Gene. The inversion table.
yeah. Okay. Can you hunt off of that?
Upside down, yes.
Try it, Darcy. Clint, what could it be?
You gonna buy a Chevy?
Oh,
Man. Oh, wow. That is kind of something you can drive around and hunt from.
Yeah.
it starts.
Judges?
Wait, Tesla would have been self-propelled.
Chevy pickup.
Chevy pickup, of course.
That's a hundred.
Judges, yes or no? What do we?
Just Darcy, yes. Yeah.
Sure. All right, I'm good. Let's give her the point. I hear a point coming.
Sorry, Sue.
Okay, Catherine, save us. Another smart watch. I'm seeing 1 point there for Darcy.
So how many points is this question technically worth?
Six. Oh, they're working out. You can get up to 6. You can still double her here. I hope you're ready.
You know the match game?
No, I don't. No.
I know.
I'm learning as I go.
I know you've known Joe a long time. This will be right up your alley. Do you have any idea how much Joe enjoys Hallmark movies? Right? You know that. It's true. He loves them. You know the plot. The country folks are about to lose the farm. The engaged starlet accidentally runs into Jeb's plow. She helps mend Jeb back to health, saves the horse from the glue factory, and organizes a cookie and hot cocoa fundraiser to make $50,000 and pay off the farm. Well, that's all well and good. But just once, Joe wishes the heroine would bake a blank instead of cookies. Stu, the game's on the line. Think about it. She's baking cookies, making $50,000. Joe wishes just once, would she, the starlet, bake a blank instead? Let's see how we're doing. Run out of ink? I've got more pens. Joe does love Hallmark. You think I'm kidding about any of this? Ask his mom, ask Lisa. And I want y'all to try this time. My boy Stu is lagging way behind here. Somebody try and help him. I may need leniency out of the judges too, I don't know. Fruity. And y'all would run up and whisper in his ear, that might help. Good. All right, Stu, game's on the line. What do you think, sir?
He wished that it was a baked cake, specifically red velvet.
Red velvet, he's going very specific here. Wow.
I wish I had thought of that.
Okay, what do you think, Emery?
Cake.
Cake? I knew a point there.
We got red velvet cake.
Red velvet cake. Whoa.
What with vinegar pies?
Believe me, Stuart, you don't want that one.
You don't even want to know.
Joe doesn't.
And
Cobbler.
cobbler.
Oh,
What's the score now?
kind of a cake.
2 to 3.
2 to 3. 2 judges to go.
It's crushed and fruity.
Ready?
Dr. Pepper.
You'll make Dr. Pepper.
Thank you. You get the consolation prize. Catherine, this is important. This is for
Ding, ding, ding.
Red Velvet. My goodness, are we tied?
Tied up.
We're all tied up.
Lightning round.
You know, I think I've taken my time. So instead of going with extra questions, these two, I've seen them kind of hanging out. I'm going to let them split the prizes. How about? All right? Would you bring me the small one first? Stuart, this is nothing against you, but since I've known her longer, she got to 3 first. You get our consolation prize. Remember, this is all about Joe.
Oh, yes.
Joe Cool coffee mug, and
His
inside,
medicine.
his medicine. Let's try that. All right. Thank you, man. And then, the grand prize. Sawyer, I'm 2 seconds from being done here. You get, since Joe's birthday falls in February, near close to, this is our Presidential Day Super Grand Prize win. Please show the audience what you see. We've got a giraffe syrup bottle because Joe's unique. Have you ever seen one of those?
No, never.
He's worked with the military, and he's always wanted a big military truck to drive around and hunt in. Who makes you happier than Joe, right? And he's the all-American guy. You can use it as a fan or just hang it on the wall. Thank you guys for following. Thanks, my panel. Thanks, everybody. The match team.
Well, we here at 212.69 PUMA Radio, we certainly like to thank Nick Nolan for his contribution in this aspect. However, the over-under was set by Vegas at 23 minutes because he's never even come close to being that short. He single-handedly broke Las Vegas with the under at about 17 minutes. So, a round of applause for that.
I could have done what I did there in Stephanie's party.
Quick plug for those of you maybe over the age of 50, downside lock. One thing everyone needs to have, a little thing right here, a little button on Life Alert. You may have heard of it.
We can't hear you.
Turn your ears up. We're getting that one later. One thing you need is Life Alert.
Thanks.
It's Life Alert right here. Push your button. Keeps you alive. So, you can decorate it if you like. Take a little LED light, stick around the front, light up your shirt, look like Iron Man. It's pretty cool. I misspoke earlier. I apologize. To my knowledge, she had never performed before. I think she had helped write stuff. The next person we have on our show today, Anne-Marie, has single-handedly, or maybe not, I don't know, she might use both hands, has written a song commemorating Puma Man. We're going to call her up to the front to sing it this time.
Did I mention that I loved your shoes? And did I mention that they come in blue? And did I happen to say I find things every day? Well, I can get you the link and send it your way. Hey, send it your way. I got my brand new copper truck that I drive down the block. I do my browsing on the web when I'm not on the clock. I never thought that Craigslist would be addicting to me, but now look at what it's done. I'm on a shopping frenzy because the deals I find are ridiculous. I never knew.
Who knew?
That it could be like this. I love to browse, it's ridiculous. My shopping's R-I-D-I-C-U-L-O-U-S.
R-I-D-I-C-U-L-O-U-S.
It's
Ridiculous.
Just
Ridiculous.
I have to look again in case there's something I missed. Did I mention I found a house for sale? Want a picture? I'll send you an email. Is there a pasture for leaves? Are there Canadian geese? Well, let me look it up now. Take my nephew's niece. My nephew's niece. I gotta know the words to search, or we'll never find the stuff you're looking for. That's why we're shopping online. I'll search for golf club, sports, videos, a cool ATV. But don't you ask me to go shopping for a BBB tree, because the holiday is ridiculous. I shop instead for stuff that is righteous. My shopping sprees are ridiculous. Add to cart R-I-D-I-C-U-L-O-U-S.
R-I-D-I-C-U-L-O-U-S.
Point.
Ridiculous.
Click.
Ridiculous.
I can use my mouse to put my stuff on my list, because the guns I find are ridiculous. I never knew.
Who knew?
That I could shoot and miss. It's time to work. That's ridiculous. My boss is R-I-D-I-C-U-L-O-U-S.
R-I-D-I-C-U-L-O-U-S.
It's
Ridiculous.
Just
Ridiculous.
I could quit my job so I could
bring on the show after something like that. Well, before I tell you, I'd like to mention to those of you who might be on the plus side of life, on the downhill side of life, something else you might need, mentioned previously in one of the songs. Grandma has one of these, helps her around. A walker. You can find one of these at Bed Bath & Beyond. Start around $30 or so. Get yourself a walker. Don't fall down. It's bad. All right. Debated back and forth about calling this person on the show. I'm in trouble either way if I do or if I don't, so might as well go ahead with it. A man who needs no introduction, I'm going to introduce him anyway. He decided my stuff was so bad, he needed to write his own stuff to roast himself. We're going to bring on Joe from the main gang to roast himself.
Hello. I want to go back to back here. The first one's a song. Going to be some audience assistance. It was a song tailored. I've written with graduation many times. I've tailored that song. It's going to be 50 Wation today. And I need y'all to say 50 Shun at the appropriate time. Joe is turning 50. He's cheap and he's thrifty at 50 Wation.
50 Wation.
7th of the Gans. He's called Puma Man at 50 Shun.
50 Shun.
Joe's middle life prices, despite what the price is for 50 Wation.
50 Wation.
He bought a new truck to drive through the muck for 50 Shun.
50 Shun.
Set candles afire, Joe soon will perspire at 50 Wation.
50 Shun.
But please dare not bake my red velvet cake at 50 Shun.
50 Shun.
This gathering of folks with song skits and jokes at 50 Wation.
50 Shun.
This song it is dumbing, so thank you for coming to 50 Shun.
50 Shun.
It's my 50 Shun.
50 Shun.
I am actually unsure of the origin of the Gan roast, but I know this. I remember being a wee little, I was a fat baby, and my mom's tummy, and I distinctly remember the taste of roast every 7 days while I was in there. So from my perspective, that seems to be the start of the Gan roast for my lifetime. And that trend continued every 7 days of my life. In fact, when I turned 8 months old, you can go look at the calendar, that was October the 12th, it was a Sunday. My 8th-month birthday present was a roast with a ribbon on it. But that was split 9 ways, so I didn't get much of it. Anyhow, I felt like I should participate in my own roast. How many times does a person get to do that? So here is a quick top 10 list of spin-offs of the aforementioned The Greatest Showman. I'm going to take some poetic license with these. Number 10 would be The Greatest Bowman. That pays tribute to my personal hunting skills. With a bow, also with a gun. Quickly, let me go to the gun side. As Keith Kirkland would tell you hours upon end, a bullet will arch, and it would be a parabolic type shape. However, the first year I shot with Brother Gilbert, tagging along, we were 98 degrees the day after Thanksgiving, there was this huge branch across where the deer was. So I curved the bullet under, like that. And secondly, back to Windthorst, after Tyler got done being scared of the wasp, there was a massive buck standing perfectly broadside at the feeder eating corn. I curved the bullet under the buck to shoot the doe that I didn't even know was there. How did I do that? I know Keith wants to know. It's very simple. It comes back to Mr. Clark and the things I learned in number sense. I stood on my head. Number 9. It's the greatest. I'm the greatest no man. That's the only word my kids thought I knew when they were young. Number 8, thanks to Bailey, I'm the greatest hippo man. He tells me I look like a hippo. Cyrus never let me live that down. Number 7, as you'll see later, I'm the greatest yo man. I can bring some rapping to the table like you won't believe. Number 6, mentioned already, the greatest Puma man. That rhymes in Tyler's world. The showman. Puma man. It's there. Hand-eye coordination with super fast lightning reflex available at all times. Demonstrated just a week ago last Friday. Have you ever seen the video of the cheerleader down in Texas who pretends like she's stepping on a box and then steps over with their other foot? Yes. All right, if you haven't, you need to go see that. A week ago Friday, with my son Sawyer, we were traipsing just off the fairway looking for golf balls. And as my foot was coming down on the back of a copperhead, I pulled that Puma-like maneuver to avoid it. I ran over Sawyer, jumped over the golf cart, and made a hole in one. He didn't appreciate it, but that's what happened. Number 5, I'm the greatest poet man. Going back to Breathe There the Man that Nolan and Sawyer have, and Crosby by proxy mentioned. Crosby and I learned that back in high school. It's been used many times at our roast. I've done poems in German, Spanish, and French, possibly English, or some big version of those. Number 4. Ironically, Patty's here, and we saw a video about Patty yesterday. I'm the greatest woe man. I have dressed that part at multiple GAN roasts. I played Patty Bruce once upon a time.
Yeah, you
One
did.
of the hottest roasts I was ever in. I played Lyndon Rose Gann with Biblia can help with that. Where Weldon yelled out the infamous line, someone get us a phone sale. And at Nolan's roast, I was a woman who was great with child.
Great with child.
Number 3, I'm the greatest bro man. I'm number 5 of the bros, the Gann brothers. Number 2, the greatest 5-0 man, self-explanatory. And finally, I'm the greatest Joe man, your lovable, furry, stress that, pal, Grover, or Joe. Thank you.
Well, I will let you know, he actually knocked off 2 from his list in that one fell swoop. The other side of that is he has about 12 more. So we're gonna keep motoring along here. Real quick plug. Maybe you found yourself, you went out and bought that walker previously mentioned here at 212.69 PUMA radio. But you know what that walker's missing? You need some of those cool little green little tennis balls that go on the bottom. Really show off your style, give you a sense of personalization, maybe even help you get around more. I don't know what they're for, but they look cool. You can find them at Dr. Leonard's, about $9.99, or you can just go buy a $5.99 bottle from Walmart and cut them open yourself. It's your call, really. Anyway, moving on. The next person we got, I didn't give him a number because poets tend to be real serious, and they like to really just get into their work and just really let you think about what's said. I don't like to do that when he talks. I just try to ignore it. So we're gonna get Clint up here to get the next 200. We got a couple poems. Clint's gonna come. And get some poems.